Frenchies Bakery. Today we are going to be making a cow smash cake. I love the fact that people are becoming super creative with their smash cakes because it seems like all smash cakes forever have been just like little plain white cakes with a few simple decorations. But lately people have been getting so creative and I think it's so cool. I remember, I think it was like 7 years ago, I went to a first birthday party and the smash cake was a little like popcorn bowl with popcorn coming out of it, and it was so stinking cute. And it's your child's first birthday party, so I think that you should go all out. I think that it's like really important. So I love the fact that people are becoming really creative with this kind of stuff. This was actually one of my customers' ideas to make a little cow, and I love the idea. I think it's gonna be absolutely adorable. So the way I made the body, I'm gonna show you guys. You can get this box with, there's 2 little cake pans in it to make this shape of a ball. And you can get this at any craft store. I got this at Michael's. I'm guaranteeing you that they will have this at any craft store because every single one I go to has this. Walmart has it, Hobby Lobby has it, every craft store has this. So go ahead and get yourself one of these so you don't have to do a bunch of carving with just a regular cake layer. This will make it so much more simple for you, and you'll have cake pans to make a soccer ball or a baseball or a basketball sometime in your life if you ever need that. So I recommend getting this. It's really cheap. I think it was like $8 and you can make really cool cakes with it. So it makes you a perfect round cake, and so it has 2 of these. And then you just put them together and you glue them together by icing, obviously. So I made 2 of these and I filled them about halfway. So this is going to be the body. He's gonna be a cute little plump fat cow. It's gonna be absolutely adorable. So it's not gonna be like difficult like we're making an actual cow. It's gonna just be a cute little fat cow. So you just put these 2 together and it made the perfect size body for him. And then I filled them about 1/4 of the way to make the head. So his head's gonna be much smaller than his body. And you can also carve it. So I carved the edges to make it a little bit smaller, so you can just work with it and see what works best for you. You also could make his head out of cake pop, so you can like put some cake together and some icing together and mold it into the shape of a circle. I really wanted to do that, but I also wanted to test out to see if this would work. So I just made the head out of this cake pan, and we are going to move on to assembling it. So I have my cake layers baked, obviously, and my filling is actually strawberry filling, so don't be curious as to what that red stuff is that I'm putting in between the cake layers. So I do have a cake filling in this cake. But we are going to be putting the cake together, and we're just gonna take our time with it because it's gonna be rolling around. It's not as easy as just like a regular cake, so we're just gonna take our time with icing it. And I also want to point out that I'm not going to be securing the head on with a toothpick. Normally I would, but since this is a smash cake, we're not gonna be putting any sort of toothpicks inside the cake. So we are just going to have the icing, keep the head on top of the body, and it's gonna stay on very easily because it's such a small cake, so we don't need any toothpicks. So we're just gonna put the head right on top of the body and ice it all together, smooth out the edges, and then we will move on to our next step after that. So let's move on to putting on our crumb coat. So the good news about this little guy is we are going to be using the grass tip to make his little hair fluffy and super cute. So why I love to do that is because we can leave the crumb coat nice and sloppy. I mean, smooth it out as best you can, but we don't need to make it absolutely perfect. So that's way less stress on our part. Now, I was taught to make the crumb coat absolutely gorgeous because it's like a house. You want the base of the house to be good and stable so that it stays together. And I love to live by that because I think that that is a really good thing to make it nice and perfect and have no crumbs showing. But really with the grass tip, I think that it is perfectly fine to have a few crumbs showing and a few lines not absolutely perfect. I think that the grass tip covers it up perfectly. You won't see any errors, you won't see anything wrong with the cake. So we are going to move on to adding the hair. So I filled a piping bag here and it's fitted with the grass tip at the end with just some white icing, and we're actually going to do it all over the entire cake, and then we're going to fill our bag with some black icing, and we're just gonna do some little spots all over. No cow has the same spot, so you can be super creative with this. You can just make little blobs all over and however many you want. Just get creative with it. Your mind can go as far as you want it to with this cake or any other cake, obviously. So we're gonna move on to doing the grass tip. Cake in the freezer. I'm gonna leave it in there for about 5 minutes, and while it's in there I'm gonna work on the rest of the little details. So I have some black fondant here and I'm just gonna roll this out, and I am going to cut out his ears. So I have a circle cookie cutter here. It's a pretty small one. You can go off of however big your cake is and decide however big you want his little ears to be. So I'm just gonna do 2 little circular ears, and we'll add those onto his head later. And we are not going to secure them with a toothpick. We're just going to use icing, because remember, this is a smash cake. We don't want any toothpicks in our cake. And then I'm going to make 2 little horns for him. So we're gonna take a little bit of black fondant, roll it out, keep it thick on the bottom, and then make it tinier towards the top, just like so. And then we'll do this to the other one, and these will be 2 little horns that'll be right next to his ears. And then we obviously have to give our little cow some eyes, so I'm gonna roll out some white fondant here and use a really, really, really tiny cookie cutter. Cut out the little whites of the eyes. And then I'm going to add just a little dot of black for the people. And we'll just stick that right on top of the white. And then we'll secure that with water. And then for his nose, I'm actually going to pipe that on with some pink icing. So I'm gonna go get the cake and we will add these little features to his face. All right, so the first thing I'm going to add on are his little ears. So I'm gonna take one of them and just place it right here in the icing. Then we're gonna add on his little horns. So I'm gonna put some icing on the bottom of the horn, just so it sticks. And then we'll put on his little eyes. And then finally, we are going to add on his little nose. So we're gonna do just 2 big circles. Alright guys, so here is our little cow smash cake. Are you kidding me? This is adorable. I love it. Oh my gosh, I love the idea of a barn themed party. It's like a huge, huge thing nowadays. I just did a barn smash cake last year, I think. So it's like a really popular thing. And this doesn't even have to be a smash cake. You can just make a little cow cake, and then you also can make a tractor pull-apart cake, because that is going to be my next video. So be sure to stay tuned and check it out, because it is going to be super simple, and I think it's so convenient to have a pull-apart cake, because everybody can just take their own cupcake. There's no dishes, there's no cutting into it, no crumbs everywhere. It's just a really perfect scenario. So you guys can have your own barn-themed party, have a little cow, and have a little tractor. So be sure to check out my next video. I'm not sure whenever I'm gonna have it out, but be sure to keep a lookout for it. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Have a good rest of your day, everyone. Bye.